Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. So in this occasion, we would like to present about the trauma brain injury. But before we start the presentation, I would like to introduce our group member first. Okay, so the first member is me, Aisyah Lubis, and the next is Fauzan Ilham Subianto, Muhammad Adam Alfareza, Muhammad Febriansyah, and the last is Sri Larasati Dewi. Okay, so let's start the presentation. This R is the table of contents of the topic that we will present today. So the first one is the definition, the causes, the signs and symptoms, and the last is treatments. Okay, so the next topic that I will present is about the definition of the trauma brain injury. So what is TBI? TBI or traumatic brain injury is defined as the impact or penetration or rapid movement of the brain inside the skull bone due to external forces that can cause decreased consciousness and impair brain function in the sufferer. Next slide, please. Okay, so there are two broad types of head injuries or brain injuries. The first one is the penetrating TBI, or we can say as open TBI. Open TBI happens when an object pierces the skull, or a bullet, shrapnel, or bone fragment, and enters the brain tissue. The open TBI or penetrating TBI typically damage only part of the brain. And the second one is the non-penetrating TBI, or we can say as closed head injury or blunt TBI. Blunt TBI causes by an external force strong enough to move the brain within the skull. Causes include falls, motor vehicle crashes, sport injuries, blast injury, or being struck by an object. Next slide, please. And the next is the causes of the TBI. The TBI have two main causes. The first one is forceful bump, blow, or jolt to the head or body, and the second is from an object entering the brain. And the next topic will be presented by Adam. Adam, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Aisyah. For this slide, I will be explain pathophysiology from trauma brain injury. Traumatic brain injury can occurs in three types of circumstance. For the first one, is a stationary head is stuck by a moving object, and the second, moving head strike a stationary object, and the last or third, a head that cannot move because it is leaning against another object is struck by a moving object or squished head. Squishing of the head may initially result in cracking or crushing of the skull bone. If the impact is severe, or of course, it can result in the brain damage. So, injury the brain has two substantial process, namely primary brain injury, which is direct brain tissue damage due to trauma, and secondary brain injury, which is due to the expansion of damage to brain tissue through a continuous pathological process. Next slide, please. Okay, for the sign and symptom will be presented by Sri Larasati. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Adam. Okay, the next topic is sign and symptom. Sign is headache, dizziness, confusion, and fatigue tend to start immediately after an injury but resolve over time. So the symptoms in TBI are divided into three, namely the first is physical, headache, confusion or seizure, blurred or double vision, nausea and vomiting. And the second is cognitive, decreased level of consciousness, confusion or disorientation, problem remembering, concentrating or making decisions. And the third is sensation, light lightheadedness, dizziness, fatigue, or loss of balance or coordination, unexplained bad taste in the mouth, and fatigue or drowsiness, a lack of energy or motivation. The next slide, please. Okay, the next slide will be presented by Febri. Febri, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Laras. the treatment of TBI. And the first is no trauma brain injury or TBI. And the first is rest and monitoring. Rest in crucial over the counter pain reliefs can help with access. And the second follow up appointment, regular check up with a doctor to ensure recovery is on track. And the second long term care, the first ongoing therapy. Ongoing therapy, continuous rehabilitation and therapy to improve cognitive and physical function. And the second, support systems. And the support system, emotional and psychological support for both the patient and their family is essential for long-term recovery. And the moderate to severe trauma brain injury, the first is emergency care. The emergency care, immediate medical attention is often required to stabilize the patient. And the second, medication, this can help manage symptoms like pain, seizure, or agitation. That is surgery. Surgery is some cause. Surgery may be necessary to repair skull fracture, remove blood clot, or relieve pressure on the brain. And the fourth, neuromuscular re-education. Neuromuscular re-education, this technique helps return to the nervous system to produce normal movement patterns. And the five, passive exercise. The passive exercise in case where patient cannot move certain part of their body, therapists may use passive exercise. And the six, gait training. Gait training, this focus on improving walking ability. The seven, constraint indicate movement therapy. CMT involves restrain the use of the unaffected limb to incorrect use of the affected limb. The eight, vestibular training. This type of therapy address issues with balance and disease which are common after TBI. And the nine, aquatic therapy. Aquatic therapy use water to support the body. Aquatic therapy can help improve strength and mobility with less strain on the joint. And the last, home exercise program. Therapists often provide exercise that patients can do at home to continue their rehabilitation outside therapy session. And the treatment by orthotic device can play a significant role in the rehabilitation of patients with traumatic brain injury or TBI. Here are some ways orthotic are used in TBI treatment. And the first is type of orthotic device. This device is brace. The brace is used to support and stabilize joint, particularly in the limbs. They help maintain proper alignment and prevent contracture. And the helmet for patient prone to seizure or falls. Helmet can protect the head from further injury. And the last, spinal brace. Spinal brace, this help maintain spinal alignment and support the back, especially if there are associated spinal injuries. And benefit of orthotic device, the first, support and stability. Orthotic provide necessary support to weaken or paralyze muscle, help patient regain some level of function. The second, prevent of deformities by maintaining proper alignment. Orthotic can prevent deformities and contracture. And the third, improve mobility. Device like ankle foot orthosis or EVO can assist with walking and improve overall mobility. And the last, pain reduction. Proper support can relieve pain caused by muscle imbalance or joint instability. And the last, rehabilitation and recovery. The first is hand function recovery, and the second, long-term use. Go to, okay, back to Al. Al, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. I would like to say thank you to the audiences. If you have any question, please leave a comment on the comment section. Thank you for watching our presentation and have a good day. Bye.